of America's big cities. Downtown, a booming, vital economic center, in sharp contrast with the exhausted industrial neighborhoods. The members of Branch 11 are on the streets every day. They see the people. They see the problems. For 3 years in a row, Branch 11 has organized a massive food drive during the month of March. Branch President James Worsham explains.
And the way we became involved, we began to see the blighted areas in the city, and we came up with the idea that we should do something to help the people that we see on a daily basis. Now, we are out there, we see them, we see that the many people that are healthy and they want to work, but the conditions are such that they just they don't have any means whereby they can support themselves. So we decided that we would have a month out of a year that we would dedicate just to the idea of feeding the hungry. So we began to ask the carriers to give us a pantry, one in the north side of the city, one in the central, and then one in the south. And then we designated those as the pantries that we would funnel the food into for that particular year. And we do it on a rotating basis. And the carriers really began to respond. Some of them do it different ways. Some bring in canned goods, some bring money and they go out and buy cases of food. But it's really beginning to mushroom into where it's getting larger and larger each year.
Reverend Joseph Wells, pastor of Mount Pisgah Church in South Chicago, talks with the carriers about the program.
And since May of '81, we have given away 720,000 baskets of food with the help of the National Association of Letter Carriers, and in one of the richest countries in our nation, we must see to it that the poor and the less fortunate in this nation is fed. I congratulate our nation for caring for others in other lands, but we must see to it that we take care of the home front. Right. And you're doing that in a beautiful way, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
This goes to the people with their families, huh? Right. Yeah. With kids, with children, yeah. Whoever wanted it. Needy people. Yeah.
Approximately 2,000 people are fed at the Mount Pisgah program, many of whom waited in long lines in the cold to receive their food. Lula Matthews of the Mount Pisgah program talks about the carriers' involvement.
Oh, the mailman, it's just tremendous the way they have helped. I don't know what we would have done if it hadn't been for them, this year. Every year they do the same thing for us, and it really comes in handy. And I think it's just beautiful.
I want to express my appreciation to the National Association of Letter Carriers. Will you join me now in extending a great round of applause to the letter carriers of Chicago?
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a shame that everyone that's fortunate enough to have a job doesn't do this more often, because we're not starving, we do work. And these people here, they need our help.
And let's hope it catches on with the other branches throughout the country that don't have their own particular food drive, and tell their organizations, because it's not only the right thing to do, but you feel good about it. That's the main thing. It's the right thing and you feel good about it.
The carriers also distribute food at the Chicago Uptown Ministry.
Glad to be here.
Reverend Jerry Reamer talks to the carriers about the significance of their contributions.
Okay, gentlemen, we're very appreciative of your fine effort in bringing food to us that's been donated. Especially, we are grateful that you come at this time of the year in late March, after the large Thanksgiving and Christmas donations come in. Then many people tend to forget that people are still hungry during the rest of the year. And this is a really great time for you all to be doing this. And thank you very much for that.
After the food drive, branch coordinators meet to discuss the program's success and to plan for next year.
Last year, we accepted canned goods. Well, this year we didn't do that. What we did was ask for monies. and we did quite well. We collected like over $400, and we went out and purchased by the canned goods by the case, and it really worked out great.
Last year, when we did the food drive, we took the pictures at the various places, and I posted them in the station. And a lot of people actually seen, the needy people. They seen the food, and I think they really related to it. This year, when I asked, not only did I get canned goods, but I took up a collection, and for a small station, their generosity was overwhelming. It really was.
Now, our program is growing larger and larger each year, but then the need is also getting larger and larger each year. To me, unions mean that they were formed where they could give people a better way of life by joining together. And certainly I think that that is one of the purposes of our union. We are committed to this program, and as long as there is a need for it, then the NALC will be there to do what we can to help those that are less fortunate.
"1,500 miles south, Key West, Florida provides a sharp contrast to the Windy City. But here and throughout the nation, the Carrier Alert program is a lifeline for many Americans. Created in 1982, Carrier Alert enables letter carriers to identify the elderly and homebound patrons on their routes and monitor their mailboxes for any accumulation of mail or other signs of distress. Carriers work with community service agencies like the United Way, Red Cross, or the Area Agency on Aging. Letter carriers keep a watchful eye on elderly patrons every day, all over the country. One such carrier is Gary Pine of Branch 8.